Hello students, today I will talk about enzyme introduction 2. Introduction. In biocatalytic process, natural catalysts such as protein enzymes perform chemical transformation on organic compounds. Both enzymes that have been more or less isolated and enzymes still residing inside living cells are employed for this task. Without enzymes to act as biological catalysts, life as we know it would not be possible. Apart from proteins, enzymes, there is another chemical substances called ribonucleic acid, RNAs, which can also act as an enzyme. They are called ribozymes. Here in this session, we will discuss about some important advantages of enzymes over chemical catalysts along with some details of ribozymes. Enzymes and catalysts. Many chemical reactions can occur spontaneously. Others require to be catalyzed to proceed at a significant rate. Catalysts are molecules that reduces the magnitude of the energy barrier for the substances to be chemically converted into another. Thermodynamically, the magnitude of this energy barrier can be conveniently expressed in terms of free energy chains. Catalyst reduces the magnitude of this barrier by virtue of its interaction with the substrate to form an activated transition complex that delivers the product and frees the catalyst. The catalyst is not consumed or altered during the reaction. So in principle, it can be used indefinitely to convert the substrate into product. But in practice, this is limited by the stability of the catalyst, that is, its capacity to retain its active structure through times during the course of reaction. All the chemical reactions that comprises the metabolism of all living cells need to be catalyzed to proceed at a pace required to sustain life. Such chemical catalysts are called enzymes. So enzymes are protein molecules that have evolved to perform efficiently under the mild conditions required to preserve the functionality and integrity of the biological system. No wonder why enzymes are capable of performing a wide range of chemical reactions, many of which are extremely complex to perform by chemical synthesis. So enzyme catalysts or biocatalysts, as any catalyst, so enzyme catalysts act by reducing the energy barrier of the biochemical reactions without being altered as a consequence of the reaction they promote. However, enzymes display quite distinct properties when compared with inorganic catalysts. Most of these properties are the consequence of their complex molecular structure. They are also intrinsically labile and costly to produce. Now, enzyme distribution. Enzymes are distributed according to the body's need to catalyze a specific reaction. A large number of protein splitting enzymes are in the blood, ready to promote clotting. Digestive enzymes, which also catalyze the hydrolysis of proteins, are located in the secretion of the stomach and pancreas. Even within the cells themselves, some enzymes are localized according to the need for specific reactions. The enzymes that catalyze the oxidation of compounds that are part of the citric acid cycles are located in the mitochondria, and special organelles such as lysosomes contain enzymes called lysozymes that catalyze the dissolution of the bacterial cell walls. This figure shows the intracellular location of enzyme. For example, in mitochondria, enzymes for TCA cycle, fatty acid oxidation are present, while glycolysis, fatty acid synthesis enzymes are found in cytosol. Advantages of biocatalysts over inorganic catalysts. A key concept in organic synthesis is selectivity, the ability to work with a single compound, which is necessary to obtain a high yield of specific product. However, there is still one area where organic chemists are struggling, and that is when chirality is involved. Although considerable progress in the chiral synthesis has been achieved in recent years, Enzymes display three major types of selectivity. The first one is chemoselectivity, regioselectivity, and lastly enantioselectivity. Chemoselectivity. It is the preferential reaction of a chemical reagent with one of two or more different functional groups. Since the purpose of an enzyme is to act on a single type of functional group, the biocatalytic reactions tends to be a cleaner, and those laborious purification of products from impurities emerging through side reactions can largely be omitted. This is possible only because of the chemoselectivity of the enzyme. Regioselectivity. It is the preference of one direction of chemical bond formation or breaking over all other possible directions, and because of their complex three-dimensional structure, enzymes may distinguish between functional groups which are chemically situated in different regions of the substrate molecule. That is how an enzyme is able to distinguish the different groups within a substrate. Enantioselectivity. Enantioselective properties are also called chiral properties or asymmetric properties. Since almost all enzymes are made from L-amino acids, enzymes are chiral catalysts. As a result, any types of chirality present in a substrate molecule is recognized upon the formation of the enzyme substrate complex. Thus, a prochiral substrate may be transformed into an optically active product, and both enantiomer of a racemic substrate may react at different rates. These reasons, and especially the third one, are the major reasons why synthetic chemists have become interested in biological catalysts. Catalytic power of an enzyme. All enzymes have some characteristics, features, such as high catalytic power and specificity. Enzymes display enormous catalytic power, accelerating reaction rate as much as 10 to the power 14 over uncatalyzed reactions, which is far greater than any synthetic catalyst can achieve. Also, enzymes accomplish this important task in dilute aqueous solution under mild conditions of temperature and pH. For example, the enzyme ZAG-bin urease catalyzes the hydrolysis of urea, producing ammonium and bicarbonate ions. At 20 degrees Celsius, the rate constant for the enzyme catalyzed reaction is 3 into 10 to the power 4 per second, whereas the rate constant for the uncatalyzed hydrolysis of urea is 3 into 10 to the power minus 10 per second. Thus, a total of 10 to the power 14 is the ratio of the catalyzed rate to the uncatalyzed rate of reaction. Such a ratio is defined as the relative catalytic power of an enzyme. Therefore, the catalytic power of urease is 10 to the power 14. Like all catalysts, enzymes do not change the position of equilibrium. They simply increase the reaction rate by lowering the activation energy. As an example of their effectiveness, let us consider the oxidation of glucose. A lump of glucose or a glucose solution exposed to oxygen under sterile condition would show no appreciable change for months. Whereas in the human body, the same glucose is oxidized within seconds with release of energy. Specificity of an enzyme. Every organism has many enzymes. For example, there are more than 3,000 different enzymes in a single cell. Most enzymes are very specific, each of them speeding up only one particular reaction or class of reactions. For example, the enzyme urease catalyzes only the hydrolysis of urea and not that of other amides or even closely related one. Therefore, a given enzyme is selective both in the substances with which it interacts and also in the reaction that it catalyzes. The substances upon which an enzyme acts are traditionally called substrate. In an enzyme catalyzed reaction, none of the substrates are delivered or diverted into non-productive side reactions, or not wasteful byproducts are produced. It follows that the product formed by a given enzymes are also very specific. The selective qualities of an enzyme are collectively recognized as its specificity. Intimate interactions between an enzyme and its substrates occur through molecular recognitions based on their structural complementarity. Such mutual recognition is the basis of enzyme specificity. Another type of specificity can be seen with trypsin, an enzyme that cleaves the peptide bond on the carboxyl side of lysine and arginine residues. Chymotrypsin acts next to aromatic amino acid. Similarly, the enzyme carboxypeptidase specifically catalyzes the hydrolysis of only the last amino acid on a protein chain, that is, on one of the C-terminal end. The specificity of an enzyme is also applicable to stereospecificity. The enzyme arginase hydrolyzes the amino acid L-arginine, the naturally occurring form, to a compound called L-ornithine and urea. But the same enzyme has no effect on its mirror image, that is D-arginine. Both catalysts and enzymes lower the activation energy of a reaction, thereby increasing its reaction rate. Such an enzymatic reactions occur in many ways, say by lowering activation energy and giving rise to a stable transition state, usually acid, by distorting the shape of substrate. By lowering the transition state energy without distorting substrate, by temporary formation of enzyme substrate complex and thereby providing an alternate pathway for reaction to proceed, by reducing reaction entropy. Most of these points are achieved through the mechanisms of enzymatic action following the induced feed model proposed by Daniel Koshland. According to his model, substrate is molded into the enzyme and there can be a slight changes in shape of enzyme and substrate, and then the substrate binds itself at the active site of enzyme to form an enzyme-substrate complex, the detail of which will be discussed later under the mechanisms of enzyme action. Example of inorganic catalyst and enzyme-aided reaction. A catalytic converter used in cars is a device that removes gases causing pollution from car exhaust system. Here, platinum and rhodium are the catalysts which break down dangerous gases into harmless ones. For example, nitrogen oxide is converted into nitrogen and oxygen in the presence of small amount of platinum and rhodium. The amylase, a class of enzymes that catalyze the hydrolysis of starch into smaller carbohydrate molecules such as maltose. So next is ribozyme. The vast majority of all known enzymes are globular proteins. However, proteins are not the only biological catalysts. There also exist RNA-based enzymes called ribozymes. Ribozymes are enzymes made up of ribonucleic acids. They catalyze the cell cleavage of certain portion of their own molecule and have been implicated in the reactions that generate peptide bonds. RNA provides much more than a messenger service for DNA in protein synthesis. It has a role in almost every aspect of genetic functions, including 1. Self-processing by splicing together the exposed ends of itself. 2. Cleavage by hydrolysis of precursors. 3. Site-specific editing and modification. 4. Translation of genetic codes. And finally 5. Regulation of genes. Many biochemists believe that during evolution, RNA catalysts emerged first, with protein enzymes arriving on the scene later. The year 1982 discovery of ribozymes demonstrated that RNA can be both genetic materials like DNA and a biological catalyst like protein enzymes. This contributes to the RNA world hypothesis, which suggests that RNA may have also been important in the evolution of prebiotic self-replicating system. The most common activities of natural or in vitro evolved ribozymes are the cleavage or ligation of RNA and DNA, and peptide bond formation. Within the ribosomes, ribozymes function as part of large subunit ribosomal RNA to link amino acids during protein synthesis. They also participate in a variety of other functions including RNA splicing. Examples of ribozymes include the hammerhead ribozymes, the BH ribozymes, leadzymes, and the hairpin ribozyme. Here, the ribozymes interact with an RNA message, then there is ribozyme-mediated cut introduced into this RNA message, and finally releases the clip RNA messages. For their action, ribozymes rely on the great diversity of the tertiary structure of RNA chains which they can adopt. A specific shape, so-called hammerhead RNA, has hydrolytic activity and clips a mRNA at a specific sequence of bases. This is the typical representation of a ribozyme's active site where it is formed when the RNA folds into a hairpin structure. The clip phosphate ester bond is flanked by a guanine G-ide and adenine A30-ide moiety that stabilize a transition state by hydrogen bonding. The structure shown here is prepared from the coordinates of the crystal structure of the vanadium salt, hence the V in the center of the structure. The dashed line here denotes the hydrogen bonds. Conclusion. So in conclusion, enzymes are natural catalysts which are mostly proteins. Just like chemical catalysts, and enzymes act by reducing the energy barrier of the biochemical reactions without being altered during the reaction. Enzymes are distributed according to the body's need to catalyze specific reactions. There are certain advantages of biocatalysts over chemical catalysts such as chemoselectivity, regioselectivity, and enantioselectivity. Enzymes display enormous catalytic powers, accelerating reaction rates as much as 10 to the power 14 over uncatalyzed one. Proteins are not the only biological catalysts. There also exist RNA-based enzymes called ribozymes, which generally perform the cleavage of ligation of nucleic acids and also the peptide bond formation.